Here's a little insight about developing your technique to the highest level, being able to play something extremely fast or being able to play that solo perfectly the first time around with no practicing and not knowing what you're playing over before it's actually playing in the background. Doesn't matter. We're talking mastery level stuff here. And the one thing we must focus on, and this is just a part of how the brain works, is we must focus on accuracy versus speed. And the consequences of changing your focus, because the brain always wants to focus on speed, right? I want to play it fast, or I want to become good at it. So I'm just going to try to do it in the way that I want to become good at it. So if I want to be able to go, right, then I'm going to try and get as close to that speed with which you played it as fast as possible. That's what the brain does intuitively. And it's an idiotic strategy. It is an imbecile way of going about trying to learn something. What we really need to do is taking the indirect approach, because you might ask yourself, what is it that I want to learn? I want to learn to do this perfectly, right? I want to get the pinch harmonics right. I want to get the muting right. Of course you do, right? You don't want to play a bad version of something and then become really good at playing a bad version of something, right? And then you become extremely good at playing it really bad, right? And that's what we do. That's what the brain does. You practice, 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 and try to get closer to it, and you push for speed. It's see, I can almost do it now. I'm almost there, right? And what you really repeat over and over again is a really flawed version of what you want to learn. So whatever you repeat 1,000 times, you become really good at. So now you're very good at playing crappy lines like that, right? That's what happens. Of course it is, right? So if you want to learn to play it in that way exactly, you slow it all the way down. And then you tell your brain that it can go oot itself, right? With its caveman strategy or cavewoman strategy. And then you start focusing on precision, baby. If it's too hard for you to do all the notes at one time and you can't focus on precision with, 16 notes going by, then you take the first note and go. And you just practice that little bit, right? Over and over and over again. When you begin to get that right, you take the next thing. And you have the muting right. See, I'm picking the string. And then I'm muting it right away. Right? Just a little thing like that, right? We need to be focused on it and go round in loops, and then we build that lick gradually with precision. Instead of focusing on speed, we take the indirect approach and focus on precision. Why? Because that is playing the thing that we want to play in the end. If you practice alternate picking, legato, hammer-ons and pull-offs, whatever you try to play, and you practice it and try to push for speed, what you're basically practicing is crap, right? You're building crap. That's what you're doing. If you focus on precision, okay, I'm going to practice legato, and I'm going to make sure my fingertips are pointed directly in towards the fretboard. I'm going to hit the string right behind the fret wire. I'm not going to use a lot of effort, but I'm going to go. Ah, sweet baby, perfect hammer-ons, no straining and stressing, total precision. I'm just going to repeat that. Just like when you learned how to tie your shoes or brush your teeth or do anything else or walk. You weren't pushing for speed. You were just trying to do it. Mommy, I'm tying my shoelaces, right? And then you did it, and you did it, and you did it, and you did it, and you did it over and over and over again. And now you don't even think about it. You can talk, eat, smoke while you do it, right? That's how to go about it. And when we're adults, we say, okay, I need to go there and I can learn to tie my shoelaces, to push for speed, right? It doesn't work like that. Stop it. And my brain does it all the time. It never ends. It's a pest, right? That basic strategy. So don't think that you at some point you arrive at some place where now I'm doing everything perfect, man. When I'm practicing away, and suddenly I wake up to the fact that, hey, you're pushing for speed again. Will you stop it? You absolute imbecile moron. That's how in this little place here, right? Where we're trying to, then there are parts of the brain that are so stupid that it's going to destroy the whole target you're trying to get to. It is an imbecile moron, so call it what it is, right? But it also has the capacity with your guidance to do just the right thing and to achieve some skills that are alien-like if you focus on precision rather than speed. That is the indirect approach. Practice what you want to learn. Play the thing you want to learn instead of playing a crappy version of it and many times, so you become worse and worse as you practice. Those are the words. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this whole methodology, right? Tell me your own experience about it. I love to hear it, and I use that in my own development. And so let's get a discussion going here. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, hit the like button if you like this video, and I hope to see you in some of the other videos that is popping up here on the screen or in the next one. And then I'm just gonna go take a nap and a relaxing cup of tea, perhaps. See you.